Hello, everybody. How are you doing on this fine Tuesday? This is a live stream. I usually have my lights on, but my eyes hurt right now. I've been looking at the screen too much, so this is the best it's gonna get. But there was another P. Diddy lawsuit filed this morning, and I do want to give a shout out to Rabbit Down the Rabbit Hole News and Inner City Press, who I have linked both of them in the description down below. Excuse me. Rabbit did cover this lawsuit. It came out. I just tried to look it up. Ugh, my hair. I need to detangle, girl. I just tried to look it up on Pacer. It's not even out on Pacer yet. Somehow, Inner City News, the guy whose Twitter we were reading the other day, he was live tweeting from inside the Diddy courtroom. Um, Hello, Monica. Hey, mods in the chat. The guy that was tweeting from inside the courtroom, he posted this lawsuit on his Patreon this morning, and then Rabbit was able to get it, and she did a live stream a couple hours ago. I didn't have time to watch all of it because I was making some other videos. If you missed my video from this morning, why did they put that on TV? Anyway, but for right now, just to give y'all the brief rundown of what the lawsuit is, here's the press conference live stream. Let me pull that up. It supposedly starts in 1 minute, but it's another assault lawsuit. And this lady had said that it had happened a long time ago, a while back, years ago. Talia Graves. It was filed this morning, and as Rabbit pointed out, and I did link it in the description below, um, Diddy, this lawsuit was filed so recently. Diddy was in jail when the lawsuit was filed. So it says that his current residence is the Essex County, whatever prison, correctional. I don't know whatever the name of it is. Okay, so her allegation in the lawsuit is that she was going to just let it all go or whatever, but she didn't realize that it was being recorded. And she also did not realize that Diddy was allegedly passing this thing around back and forth, this tape, to other people and bragging about it, proud of it, definitely not sorry about it based on those actions. And so this lady, Talia Graves, the plaintiff, she says that she just found out last year, less than a year ago, in October last year, that he had filmed it. It was a brutal description. I'm not going to get into what else. And also someone else named Big Joe was being sued, Joseph Sherman. She's also suing Daddy's House, Bad Boy, Combs Global. I don't exactly know the claims. I don't exactly know, because I was kinda, like, setting this live up and also trying to watch Rabbit's live because I was not able to find the lawsuit. So, I don't wanna speak too much specifically on the lawsuit, and like I said, I did, link her video down below, so you should go watch her coverage. I certainly will be finishing her video as well after this press conference, and, it is 2:31 PM right now, Eastern Time. The press conference is supposed to start 1 minute ago. So, it's just kind of a waiting game. I'll do a little refresh. Still nothing. Um, yeah, let's not discuss the details at all in the live chat because that starts to get flagged and stuff. Yes, Rabbit has been doing great coverage as well. I agree. I have no idea. I don't know. It's like everything's just coming on out to light. I have my little notebook here too, ready to take my notes. But it's interesting to me off the bat because the lawyer on this case is Gloria Allred, who is a very, very high profile, very well known, prolific, specifically women's rights attorney. But now I think she kind of just does like a lot of different types of stuff. Yeah, I'm very happy. I am extremely happy. Couldn't actually be happier. Brett partied with Diddy before her stage comeback. Yeah, I made a whole video about that on BJ Investigates called the Britney Spears Economy. Y'all should go watch. Yeah, it does kind of feel like this, right? Someone said, Karen said the dam has broken. Yes, Rabbit's live right now too. Popping in from Rabbit's live. If anyone goes over there, tell her I said hello. And I'm going to be finishing that video from earlier later. How much? Wait. Okay. GMAT said, what do I think about how much Diddy's ex knew? Oh, exes. Oh, okay. I remember he dated Cameron Diaz for a while, but I haven't heard her name brought up like the others. You know, I forgot they dated, but that is true. That is true. Maybe some people should look into that. What do I think? I think that some of them knew a lot. It's really difficult without knowing more to be able to speak on it because, like, I think some people can end up being sort of like these Ghislaine types where it's like they're just as in it as the main person in charge. But then sometimes I feel like it could be a victim who is being threatened with their life and stuff like that. So without knowing more information, I really couldn't speak specifically. But I do think Cassie probably was able to protect herself to some extent by putting her name on the lawsuit. Cause I mean, I could see a world where, you know, a really disgusting lawyer could try to pull her in and be like, well, she was around it for 10 years. Now she has something to say about it. You know, I don't believe that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But I could, you know, I've seen lawyers make these arguments and y'all have too. Boozle Debop said Gloria Allred, she been at them type of parties. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but I'm just reading the comment. Agreed. Yeah, I would need to know more. It was supposed to be at 2:30 and it's not on. She's named in all these? I don't know. I don't know who Tierra Marie is. Who's that? It's you mean the lawsuit plaintiff? Because that person's name is Talia. You know, I think FKA Twig's name might be Talia also. Let me see. Hold on. What was her name? Talia. Oh yeah, I still have it up here. Tierra Marie. Okay, hold on. Let me look up Tierra Marie. Y'all said that's Ray J's ex. Teairra. Wait, is this her? Because that's not how you spelled it. Hold on. Why is that up? Okay. Is this her or that's somebody different? This is like the same age, right? Singer songwriter, Jay-Z's Rockefeller Records. Is this the person you're talking about? But is that her? Okay. Okay, so to be fair, Vsop, I'm not sure that's like the most intuitive way to spell. I don't blame you for not being able to spell that. I never saw it spelled that way before. But yes, okay. I think I've seen her before. I'm not exactly sure what she's so what's the question? Do I think it's her that filed the lawsuit? Well, I don't think so, because it looks like this is her name. And the person's name is Talia Graves. Tina Marie's song, I Just Want to Be Your Lover Girl. Oh! Oh.
Is 1:24-CV-07-201. In her lawsuit, Thalia, through her attorneys, sues Sean Diddy Combs, also known as the defendant, and another individual and other entities. The complaint alleges in part in the first cause of action that defendant Combs and another defendant committed a, quote, violation of New York City Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act by viciously and violently forcing sexual contact, oral sex, and sexual intercourse on the plaintiff, end quote. In addition,
okay, y'all, be aware, enter at your own risk from henceforth forward. I don't know what this lady's about to say. It's live. Seems like trigger warning is in order.
the complaint alleges in the second cause of action that defendant Combs and another defendant committed a violation of New York civil rights law, quote, section 52-B, end quote, by, quote, raping plaintiff and recording it.
Oh my God.
Defendants caused plaintiff to be depicted in a video image, unclothed and with intimate body parts exposed, and engaged in sexual conduct with another person, end quote. The lawsuit also alleges that, quote, defendant Combs and another defendant published and or disseminated the videos without plaintiff's knowledge or consent. On information and belief, defendants have continued to disseminate the video, including by selling it as pornography through the present, end quote. In our complaint, we have
Selling it.
should be ordered to account for and destroy all copies of the video that are in their actual or constructive possession, custody, or control, end quote.
I'm just letting us get through it because it is live, but I have some notes. We're going to talk about it. We're going to debrief after, but let's listen.
And that, quote, defendant should be temporarily and permanently enjoined from further disseminating or publishing any intimate videos of plaintiff, end quote. We also allege in the third cause of action that Combs and another defendant committed a violation of New York City Administrative Code, section 10-180. Quote, recording and showing others the video of themselves violently raping the plaintiff. And the defendants disclosed an intimate image of plaintiff without her consent, end quote. As a result of these and other allegations in our complaint, we request a judgment be entered against defendants as follows. Awarding compensatory damages for all physical injuries, emotional distress, psychological harm, anxiety, humiliation, physical and emotional pain and suffering, family and social disruption, and other harm in an amount to be determined at trial. Awarding punitive damages in an amount to be determined at trial. Awarding attorney's fees and costs pursuant to any applicable statute or law, including under New York City Administrative Code, section 10-1104, New York Civil Rights Law, section 52-B2.
So nothing federal.
Administrative Code, section 10-180, and any other applicable statute or law. We're also seeking additional relief that the court may deem just and proper. As a result of what is alleged in the lawsuit, Fowler alleges that she has suffered and continues to suffer, among other damages, emotional harm, including mental anguish, emotional distress, humiliation, and physical damage. In a few minutes, Fowler will speak to the impact and harm that she has suffered and continues to suffer. She will take this courageous step because she thinks that it is important that the public understand the impact that rape and other criminal acts have on those who have been victimized. Often victims do not speak publicly about the specific damages that criminal acts cause them. Some of the many reasons that victims do not speak out publicly about this include being ashamed or shamed for this. But we believe that victims should not be shamed, and instead those who committed the criminal acts against them should be ashamed and take responsibility for the harm that they have caused victims to suffer. We are very proud of Thalia for speaking out today in order to help victims of rape and other acts of sexual violence against them. In addition, we thank our co-counsel, Marianne Wang, Heather Gregoria, and Jasmine Gorianna for their exceptional legal work on this complaint. Our goal for Thalia is very simple. We want justice for her, and we are looking forward to winning it. It is long overdue for those who have caused her to suffer to be held accountable.
Okay. Questions? Oh, she's going to make a statement. Okay. Talia's going to speak. Okay, so she's just right now crying, which is understandable. Oh my God, I'll be freaking out. Come on, girl, you got it. Thoughts and prayers, Talia.
After being sexually assaulted
Oh,
has been really deep and hard to put into words. It goes beyond just physical harm caused by enduring the assault.
Getting a new roof is easy with GAF.com.
girl,
Legal options perfect for you. Receive a free non-binding.
that was disrespectful. Please. That was so rude. Oh my God, 2 of them. Oh my God, please. New York Post. What a time. I need an ad blocker. Somebody put me on your plan. Oh my God, it's double forced ads. Poor Talia. Ugh.
And threatened as opportunity to function the shame and the guilt I have experienced that plays a negative part in my day-to-day ability to function properly, being blamed, questioned, and threatened has
Threaten.
often made me feel worthless, isolated, and sometimes responsible for what happened to me.
Wow. Wow.
My family issues made the pain even worse. I was already going through a divorce at the time of the assault
Wow.
and did not get the support that I needed. I was also faced with disbelief and judgment.
Ugh.
This has put a strain on my selection of men and relationships. But many relationships became aggressive and abusive, which has made me feel even more alone in my struggles. I go through spells of being distant and withdrawn that it's sometimes so hard to leave my house. The trauma of the assault has taken a toll on my mental health. I've had PTSD, depression, and anxiety. I'm emotionally scarred. It has been hard for me to trust others, to form healthy relationships, or even feel safe in my own skin. Flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts make me feel like it's a constant struggle. I also suffer with physical problems such as chronic pain, sexual discomfort. The violation I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effect on my body, causing ongoing health problems and complications. The combination of physical and emotional pain has created a cycle of suffering from which it is so hard to break free. I'm going to continue on this journey towards recovery and healing. I'm glad that he is locked up, but that's a temporary feeling of relief.
Dahlia is not going to be taking any questions. I'll be happy to take.
Okay, so Gloria's going to take questions, but not Talia.
Gloria, can you talk about the context of this assault? What, where, when, what?
Question is, can I speak about the context of this alleged assault? No.
Gloria, can you just speak on, I know it's difficult for your client going through this, but what prompted her to come forward now?
Gloria would take it pro bono. The statute was about to run out.
Gloria, what do you know about the video that was allegedly recorded during the audition?
Question is, what do I know about the video that was recorded?
Well, what do you know, where is it now? Is it still where is the video?
Yeah. There are many details in the complaint.
So we'll have to read
The
it.
complaint alleges that it was taken without her knowledge and consent, that she wouldn't have consented, that it was then published and viewed by others. And may still be out there being viewed.
Gloria, do the allegations of this complaint overlap in any way with the criminal charges against Mr. Combs?
The question is, does this complaint overlap with the criminal charges that have been filed? My understanding of the criminal charges are that the charges are sex trafficking,
No, not again.
prostitute, are that the charges are sex trafficking, RICO, and transportation prostitute.
Taking my notes.
We are not alleging any of those criminal charges in our complaint.
Okay.
Has she been in touch with federal prosecutors?
Question is, have I been in touch?
I said, will your client been in touch with federal prosecutors about allegations?
About this? I have no comment.
Gloria, what about a grand jury?
Pardon me?
Grand jury, federal prosecutors, or grand jury against Ms. Graves, so to either?
Is the question, has she testified before the grand jury? Is that the question?
She repeats the questions.
Let's put this way. I never comment on whether any of my clients have testified before the grand jury or will testify before the grand jury. Since the grand jury is a secret proceeding.
Gloria, this other defendant in the video, alleged defendant, is this a celebrity?
Is the other defendant alleged to be in the
Big
video?
Joe.
What was the remainder of your question?
Is that person, that alleged defendant, is that person a celebrity?
Is the
They're named.
person that has not been named by me
Oh,
a celebrity?
there's one that's named Big Joe.
Not as far as I know.
Gloria, as disturbing as the video may be, have you yourself laid eyes on the video?
Have I looked at the video? No. I have not viewed the video, nor do I wish to view the video, nor should anyone else view the video,
No way.
with the exception of with law enforcement and a court believes that they should and are permitted to view a pornographic video as evidence in the case. If they have it, then that would be it.
I do wonder how she found out about it.
We don't ever view pornographic videos, even if they might end up being evidence in the case. And we do not transmit any such video, if we have it, to any other person, because we do not think it is permitted under the law.
Gloria, Elizabeth Wagner, Louisiana.
Would you please speak up? It's hard to hear you.
Yes, sorry, I'm back here and a bit short. In the complaint, you noted that your client learned about this video in November 2023. That is around the time of your first
Right.
public lawsuit, at least against Sean Combs, from his ex-girlfriend Patsy. I'm curious how you and your client learned about the existence of this video.
Is saying that this incident is alleged to have occurred about the time of another lawsuit having been filed? I'm sorry, I can't understand your question.
Per the complaint, this alleged incident occurred in 2001, but your client learned about the existence of the video in 2023, more than 20 years after. I'm curious how she learned about the existence of the video.
Yeah, so the question is, she alleges that the incident took place in 2001, but you are saying that it is alleged in the complaint that was filed that she learned about it in 2022. And then the question is, how did she learn about it? We have no comment in response to that question.
Gloria, has Diddy reached out to your client?
Do you think?
Has Diddy reached out to your client?
Question is, has Diddy reached out to her? We will not comment on that either.
Gloria, I know this is very difficult for the players, but would you be able to share a little bit of that? Where did she come from? Or what did she do?
Where did she come from? What the hell?
I can't provide further details about where she came from or
What
what
the-
she does.
Huh.
To your knowledge, has any law enforcement agency reviewed this video for possible criminal charges?
So is the question, has any criminal law enforcement, is the question, has any law enforcement agency
Viewed the video for possible criminal
viewed
charges?
the video? I'm not able to answer that question.
Your client says that she was threatened after this alleged attack. Can you elaborate on those threats?
Question is, can I elaborate on the allegation that she was threatened after the attacks? And no, because really I'm not able to comment on or expand upon any evidence or anything that might have evidentiary value at this time.
Or there's an allegation in the lawsuit that the video was made available for sale. Can you elaborate on that? And does Mr. Combs really?
There's an allegation that the video was made available to whom?
For sale?
That was made available for sale.
That's new. There have been other accusers, other women who have said that they believe they were filmed and that the videos were shared, but I think this might be the first complaint allegation that the video was made available for sale.
I have not compared
Does this woman have dementia?
alleged in the lawsuit to what others have previously alleged in their lawsuits. So I can't tell you whether this is the first that has alleged that this video was made available for sale or not.
Would Mr. Combs be involved in that alleged sale?
There are no other details that we can provide
So we
in
found
reference to.
This woman's like a Pelosi cousin or something. I thought I liked her. I don't know about her.
Yes, the lawsuit was filed this morning. And we have a case number, which I have provided, and we will pass around and provide.
Wow, she's 83 years old.
Which includes the case number. And this is part of the first page of the complaint. So you want to stand up and
If you want to stand up and hold it, she's making this poor girl stand up. What is this, a freak show?
There is a redaction on what.
You want to stand up and hold the picture, sweetie? No, I don't. Actually, I'm crying. I'm processing. Ew.
This is the first page in part and redact.
Oh, no. Ma'am. Oh, my God. The photo shoot of it all. Oh, this is sick. I feel like we're not supposed to be seeing this. What? Give the girl some sunglasses, for God's sake. This is sick.
There's a few networks here that are Spanish speaking. We're wondering if the clients are able to give us service.
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding your question.
After you're done with the English section of the press conference, if your client speaks in Spanish, would you be able to give us a few words in Spanish?
No,
Could you please pronounce your name on camera, just so we have the correct?
You wanna answer?
Grace.
Oh, my God.
Are you in contact with the person who told your client about the video described in the lawsuit?
We cannot disclose who we're in contact with.
He almost got her.
Have investigated this claim or any investigation that may ensue after this press conference.
Gloria,
I want to add that if any other person has any evidence that might relate to our complaint, we, of course, would be happy to speak on a confidential basis with any person who may wish to contact us and provide us whatever evidence they wish to provide, and we would thank them for it.
Your client has said that she suffered years and years of trauma, depression, anxiety, because of this alleged attack. Did she come to you after the indictment last week? I'm asking because I'm wondering if those
Okay,
charges.
the question is, did she come to me after the indictment last week? No.
And as a follow-up, how is your client feeling after those 3 charges were brought against Holmes, even though he denies?
How is she feeling after
After the charges.
after the criminal charges
Yes.
were filed?
Yes.
And that he has been arraigned? Okay. You want to comment? No, we're not having a comment. I'm sorry. I would say overall, it's been a very stressful and anxiety producing experience. And she's lived with all of it for many years. And, is reliving it now.
I wonder if the
think she
investigation
did
all
comment
started
on
last year.
How she felt about the criminal charges at the end of her statement, and I'm not going to ask her to answer any other questions with all due respect to her questions. But she's just not going to be answering questions today.
Gloria, can you tell us how your client came to meet Diddy? How she
Can I tell you how my client
met Diddy?
met Diddy? I am not going to expand on those details at this press conference, but any member of the public.
What was the point of the press conference? I'm just curious because all she's done is point us back to the complaint.
Permitted to see whatever is in the complaint that has been filed in the Southern District of New York.
Or has your client been in contact with any other victims?
Has my client been in contact with any other victims? Or alleged victims? I'm unable to comment on anyone with whom she has been. in
What's she here to
contact
do?
or who has contacted her.
She does. She does remind me of her.
Those would be private conversations. So we will maintain the privacy of those conversations. The one thing I don't know is whomever contacted her wanted their conversation to be confidential.
Yeah, I mean, I thought she was, but she hadn't answered one question.
Thank you for the question.
Gloria,
Anything else?
Gloria, this tape, was it secretly made, or was your client aware that she was being taped during the alleged assault? And now it's found out that the tape did happen, or did she never even know that she was being taped during the alleged assault?
I can't comment on the degree of consciousness or lack of consciousness, awareness of Dahlia during the alleged rape and during the alleged video taping of the rape. I can say that she would never have consented to the videotaping and did not consent and did not authorize the videotaping in the same way that
She's booked and busy, Hollow.
never have consented to.
It does seem like she's got a little bit, I don't.
That she alleges that she was.
Seriously, Sandy.
And I think you could see today how upsetting it was for Talia to have to learn and experience what she alleges that she did learn and experience from that horrific time.
So yeah, I'm sorry, Gloria, are you representing any other women that may also be suing?
Am I representing any other women?
Other than her?
She is
In
funny.
reference to
That are
or men,
specific?
or men, in reference to
Maybe?
Diddy,
Diddy.
yes.
She is.
So
Oh,
there are other.
This is the first lawsuit that we have filed. And in answer to a question which you have not yet asked, but probably will, am I going to file other lawsuits? I just don't have any comment on that at this time. Any
oh.
other questions?
So I didn't hear you when I asked you to be able to comment in Spanish. She speaks in Spanish.
No. The answer is no. She is not going to be
No.
doing any interviews in English, Spanish, or any other language.
But does she speak Spanish?
But thank you for asking.
Does she speak Spanish?
¿Tú hablo español? How do you say she? Ella? 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 How do you
Any
say
other
she?
questions?
Beep.
I just have one last question, Gloria.
The answer is
As far as the video goes, do you know, or
See?
does your client know if there has been more than one copy or multiple people have a version of the video?
Yeah.
I'm not able to comment on whether we know if there is more than one copy of the video.
Okay. So, all right.
If
Yeah.
there is any
Yeah.
witness
Yeah.
who wishes to contact me confidentially,
Yeah.
to tell me
Yeah.
that they know that someone else has a copy or that they have seen it or been told that someone else saw it online, we would be happy to speak to that person. Is there, I think that.
I have thoughts. Don't worry. I have a lot of thoughts.
Is she a New York native?
Is she a New York native? I can't tell you.
They're literally trying to get her like immigration status or
She's in New
something.
York.
Like, why do they keep
Native.
probing?
She does not reside in New York at this time.
Does it matter if she's a New York native to
Okay,
reporting?
Thank you so much for coming, and we're gonna hand out.
She's not even saying she's from New York. She's saying she lives in Texas. Okay. So I guess that's over. I have thoughts. I don't like, sometimes I do think they send like controlled op into these interviews. So you do have to be careful who you're I got distracted by these comments. Yes, Isabel, I am from Louisiana. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Okay, yeah, I don't know why we care where she's from. I don't know why they asked if she spoke Spanish, because they were like, one guy, he wanted to ask, he wanted her, Talia, to speak the same part that she said in English in Spanish. And so I think that was fine, because I think like for the news purposes, like if maybe he's a Spanish speaking reporter, maybe he thought, whatever. Okay, whatever. But then when they kept pushing the issue, it was like Gloria Allred, the lawyer, was like, no, she's not talking anymore in any language, English, Spanish, no. Then they're like, oh, just for reporting purposes, where's her native citizenship? It's like stupid. Okay, so let me just highlight this one part. Okay, so I think the only other thing that I honestly let's do a recap. The three things that they are bringing the charges upon, I shouldn't call it charges because that would be criminal. The three causes of action are all based on New York state, city, whatever, like statutes, ordinances, codes. One's the administrative code. So none of these, interestingly, are like federal. Like it's not like the Fair Labor Standards Employment Act or the overtime, not pay, it's not something like that. It were like failure to create a non-hostile workplace or federal, it's not like that, or gender discrimination, or even any of the federal laws. Yeah, one of them was the just gender violence, something code 10-1104. The other one was our and then recording it, and then the added with like selling it as corn, agro, you know what, fee. And then that one, so that's the second one, right? So the first one was gender violence, code 101104. The second one was R and recording it and selling it. And that's like some New York code. And then the third one was the New York City administrative code, 10-180, which is recording and showing others that act of brutal. I'm not going to get into the description again, but it seems like it's pretty much at least two of these are specific to New York, and they seem to cover about the same type of thing. It's just one in the state and then one in the city. What else? Talia spoke, and the things that I wrote down from her speaking, like the things that stood out to me the most in my notes, is she said that she had been blamed, questioned, and threatened. And one of the questioner, you know, the reporters or news people or whatever, did come out and ask that, right? Like to Gloria Allred, the lawyer, and asked, could you speak more to these threats? And the answer, of course, to that was no comment. Pretty much the answer to everything was no comment. Let me run down my thing. I didn't write down every single question, but it was like, what was the context in which the video was taken? Gloria said no comment. Elizabeth Wagmeister, who started on HollywoodLife.com with Chloe Malos and also reported on Free Britney. So if you've been following me since then, she's been around for years, and actually she's been pretty decent to me. So no complaints so far on her, but she asked, why now? Basically, why now did you wait to file the suit now? And if you will recall, we are told that she just found out that this was recorded and passed around and sold just this past year in October or November of 2023, which, as Elizabeth from CNN, now formerly of Hollywood Life, pointed out, she said, it happened in 2001. The incident occurred in 2001. But we're told that she didn't find out that it was recorded at all or sold, specifically passed around, shared around, until October 2023 or November 2023. And Elizabeth said, this reporter, she told to Gloria just now, she said, it just so happens that is around the exact same time that Cassie's lawsuit was filed against Diddy. Did the finding out about the tape and the passing around and all of that coincide with, in any way, the filing of Cassie's lawsuit? Is basically the question. Gloria did not comment. What she said was, it was time to file this lawsuit. Now, if you look at the calendar today, it's September 24th, 2024. And if she just found out about the recording and the stuff that seems to actually violate the statute, maybe there's a 1-year statute of limitations and maybe it's about to run out. So maybe that's what Gloria meant when she said it was time to file this lawsuit. What else? They asked about, does this lawsuit with these 3 causes of action have anything to do in any way with the federal criminal case that's going on? And Gloria was careful with how she answered this, but she was kind of basically like, no, not really. She said she wanted us to believe that, but she left room open for it to have a lot to do with it. What she said was specific, and she chose her words carefully, as she did throughout the interview and throughout the press conference. She said, we are not accusing in our lawsuit any of the same things as those criminal charges that have been. So she's saying, technically, no, we're not. It's not the same. But she didn't really answer the question that was, does this case overlap with the criminal case? Because it could overlap in another way besides just addressing the same question, right? Okay. Is she in touch with federal prosecutors? No comment. Did she provide any testimony to any grand juries? Gloria said no comment to that as well. And she said, but that's not just for this client. I would never tell any of you people about my clients in the grand juries because those are by definition secret proceedings. There's 2 defendants else in addition to Diddy Well, there's a bunch. There's like Bad Boy, Combs Enterprises, stuff like that. Apparently, there is an unnamed defendant. There's one that is named, and I think they name him Joseph Sherman. Joseph Sherman, aka Big Joe. But apparently there's another one. Apparently there's another unnamed celebrity. I'm sorry, not celebrity, another unnamed defendant. And one of the reporters asked, "Is this unnamed defendant a celebrity?" And Gloria Allred basically said, "Not to my knowledge, not she's aware of." One thing I found interesting is that Gloria said that she had not viewed this evidence video. And as somebody that does cover a lot of this stuff, I do go out of my way not to view videos as well. So I can empathize with her on that. I do find it, I'm not even saying I'm criticizing the choice. I'm not saying she shouldn't do this. Maybe obviously she's been practicing law for probably longer than I've been alive. So who am I to tell living icon Gloria Allred what to do and how to behave? But I don't know. It just kind of like, also thinking about it from the client perspective, right? Like, I'm not really sure I would want my lawyer watching that, if that was on video of me. So I totally understand that. I do. I'm not saying she should watch it, but I guess I never really even thought about like how that would work, right? Like if it's a video that you're going to be doing the lawyering for, do you need to watch it? I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't really thought about it till right now. So I'll think about that more. Has Diddy reached out? They asked that. Has Diddy reached out? No comment. They asked for some background on Talia, the plaintiff, and it came out in a really offensive, insulting, strange way to put it. The guy said, "Can you give us a little? Can you tell us a little more about her? Like, where did she come from, or what does she do?" Instead of phrasing the question a little bit more appropriately, like, "Could you give us a little more background on the plaintiff, like how she met Diddy, or even like what she does for work, so that we can describe her and no, where's she come from and what does she do?" No comment from Gloria on that one. Has any law enforcement agency viewed the video? That was a question asked, to which Gloria, the lawyer, said she could not answer that question, or no comment, in other words. Then they asked her to expound and to expand on the allegations that Talia had said that she'd been threatened. No comment from the lawyer. Then someone asked if there were further details about this video being for sale, and they kind of went back and forth over whether or not there was an allegation about it being for sale in another video or something. In another lawsuit or something. I don't know. I don't know if Gloria Allred is just really good at evading questions or if she's senile. But somebody said she's 87, so good for her. She's still out here doing press conferences. I'm not sure. I'm hiring her to do like after that performance. I'm not going to go on a press conference with Gloria Allred. I will probably just stick to my own YouTube channel. I'll leave it at that. How's she feeling, Talia? Gloria Allred said she is feeling stressed out. It's been stressful and anxiety producing. They asked how she met Diddy. No comment. Has she had contact with other victims? Had Talia had contact with other victims? No comment to that question. But Gloria said that she herself was representing other alleged purported Diddy victims. That was probably, of everything, that's the one thing I have highlighted is that I don't exactly remember the exact, I'm paraphrasing, I'll say. But somebody asked Gloria Allred something along the lines of like, is Talia your only client that you are representing that is a Diddy victim or an alleged Diddy victim? And Gloria said no. That was the one thing I think, like, that's where the cinematic boom in the trailer goes. Like, that's the one thing where it's like, okay, so what I can say is probably we're going to end up getting some more details from some more people, and maybe it's going to be, a few of y'all were saying it too in the chat. I will say, and I pinned it up here on the screen, that she's probably doing a little bit of a scouting for clients, a little client fishing expedition. And then there was a couple more questions, 2 more questions. Somebody asked, was the tape made secretly, like without Talia's knowledge or consent? Did she know the tape was being made at the time it was being made? Did she not? And again, this was made back in 2001. Okay. And go watch my video from earlier today. It's only 17 minutes long, really 15. You can probably leave around the 15-minute mark, but I'm starting to dig into this time frame from like 2000 to 2008. And it's like a lot going on in the web. So this tape was allegedly made in 2001, and it has Diddy in it. It has another person in it. They're doing things unspeakable to this woman. And Gloria answered the question about whether or not the tape was made secretly and without or with Talia's consent. Gloria answered the question by saying, I can't speak, or I don't want to speak to her level of consciousness, awareness, state of mind. So what that means to me is they're probably arguing that she was, rugged. And then the last question the reporters asked at the press conference was, were there multiple copies of the video? Like, are there multiple people in possession of this tape? If it was made in 2000, then it probably was maybe like a VHS type of thing. But at this point, it could have been copied, could be anywhere. Everything can be made electronic. So that was pretty much it. I mean, just the general takeaway from an emotional standpoint is I feel very bad for her. I felt like it was tacky and uncouth and lacking in any decorum to have her stand up and hold that thing and like, okay, Talia, stand up. And then there you can hear the people live in the background going, can you move a little to the left? And this woman is like talking about being like brutally GANGRAPED. Like, oh my God, like have some decorum. I was raised in a trailer on a bayou and I have better home training than that. That was despicable. So sorry. I'm sure Talia's traumatized by that. I hope not. I hope she wasn't. I hope that I'm the weirdo that finds something wrong with it. I hope it wasn't. Y'all are agreeing. Yeah, so distasteful. Right, exactly. Ew. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, everyone needs to take breaks if y'all need to. I'm gonna look for the lawsuit and see if it's been posted up yet. But before I went on this live, I've been on here for 58 minutes. It was not up. It had not been put up. But Rabbit had gotten it off of Inner City Press's Patreon. I'm searching right now on the Pacer. No. Nothing is showing up. The docs are posted. Where are they posted? Let me type it in just like regular Google. Hold on. Talia Graves versus Sean Combs. That's not showing up. So maybe somebody can is that how you spell it? THALIA. Yeah, it's not showing up. Unfortunately. Graves, Talia. Some from 2015 shows up. I can try Combs. What court was it filed in? New York. Oh, yeah. I would have to like sign up for his Patreon and stuff. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. It wasn't even, oh my God, that's the crazy thing, Kathy. Kathy said, I didn't get a chance to see what was on the picture she held up. Could anybody tell me what it was about? Please, thank you. It was not a picture. It was the press statement. It was just her, Gloria Allred's press statement. Let me look it up. Gloria Allred press statement, Diddy. She was holding up her press statement, press release. That's what I meant to say. Let me see. Press release. PDF. Maybe she didn't post it yet. She posted a statement. Oh, wow. Okay, look at this, y'all. This is something. This is at GloriaAllred.com. This was posted 5 days ago. It says, "My name is Gloria Allred. I am an attorney from the United States. I have been representing victims for the past 48 years, including victims of J.E., Harvey W., R. Kelly, and now victims of Sean Diddy Combs. I've also represented victims of Bill Cosby." Now, this is interesting, y'all. I don't know if y'all blink and you miss it, but I made a Kim Porter video on my other channel called the Life and Times of Kim Porter or something, Life and Death of Kim Porter, something like that. And she was actually scouted early on by Bill Cosby, and she went with her mother as a young teen, like maybe 19 years old, to Bill Cosby's house. And Bill Cosby pitched this small boutique modeling agency to Kim Porter as a baby model, as a teenager or whatever, after she had graduated high school. So Bill Cosby is all wrapped up in the Kim Porter verse, which is all wrapped up in the Diddy verse. So, yeah, there's that. So what I'm doing right now, I'm reading a statement that is in sans serif font on GloriaAllred.com. She says, "I've also represented the victims of Bill Cosby, including one victim who represented in a civil trial against him, which we won. In addition, in one lawsuit against the owner of a company, we represented a female employee and won a trial judgment in excess of $52 million against that owner who has harassed our client. I am very familiar," Gloria Allred says, "with how powerful men use their wealth, positions of power, and fame to subject women and girls to abuse. The allegations against Mohammed Al-Fayed include..." Wait. What does that have to do with Diddy? Oh, I guess it's just a different press release. Harrods. Oh, we done stumbled into somebody else's lawsuit lore. Now she's quoting Hamlet. This woman is a trip. Okay, VSOP88, she's back. We're back in a chat about Tierra Marie. She said, "Hey, just touch back on her. She was rumored to be the Jane Doe who requested to remain private, and Diddy was trying to get it released." I haven't heard that. That could be true. Oh, they're saying Joseph Sherman was his head of security. Let me look that up. Is that true? Sherman, or is it Joseph Sherman, sorry. Joseph Sherman, Diddy, head of security. Huh. None shows up for that. No, nothing showed up. I noticed in a filing they keep referring to gender. That is one of the... Okay, so Hampton said, "I noticed in the filing they keep referring to gender. What is that about?" I do not know exactly because I didn't read it yet. Just try to look it up. Can't find it, but I'll get a hold of it. In any event, I should sign up for Old Boy's Patreon and then I can get it from over there, but I'm just not trying to do all that right now, on live. The question is, why do they keep referring to gender? What I'm guessing is that one of the statutes that Gloria Allred did cite for the causes of action, because you can't just go out and say "Oh, she hurt my feelings." You have to say, no, she violated statute code LMNOP XYZ, right? So one of those LMNOP XYZs is a gender-based, gender violence statute. So if they're talking a lot about gender in the filing, I would imagine that it has something to do with the fact that that first statute that they're trying to Find Diddy and Joe and the rest of them guilty or liable for violating is the civil statute having to do with gender violence. That's what I would think. This is funny. Y'all think she has an earpiece like Jamie did that day? Okay, wait. Okay, so what was I doing? I was looking for, yeah, that's what I think. I don't know though. I mean, whatever, like fill in the blank, whatever. Okay, well, that's an hour. I'm gonna go try and find the lawsuit. I'm going to sign up for Intercity Press's Patreon. Y'all go and click in the description box. Rabbit already made a video going over reading the lawsuit, and it was like nobody else did that yet. I mean, still to this hour. I don't. Oh, it's 3:33. Put a 3:33 in the chat. It's 3:33. So y'all go watch Rabbit's coverage. I need to finish watching Rabbit's coverage, and then I'll be back at another time with the rest of that. Somebody did ask me, did I decide not to read where is it? The Kim Porter book. And I did not decide not to read it. I still will for, S and giggles, but it's like now that it's been called so hard into question by Al B. Shore, I'm less motivated to like make myself hoarse doing it. Like, yes, I still will do it. Oh, there's more info to cover. Okay, wait, y'all are saying read TMZ. Okay, hold on. Okay. Hold on. TMZ Diddy new lawsuit. Three hours ago. Wow. Okay. Before I put this up, this is your time to leave away. There's some all caps words. I didn't write it. I'm just reporting on it. Here it is from TMZ 3 hours ago. You and your pal viciously bleep me. Recorded bleep abuse. Diddy and a friend viciously R-word a woman at Bad Boy Records studio in New York City and recorded the incident on video. At least according to a new lawsuit. A woman named Talia Graves is suing Diddy, claiming she's had suicidal thoughts since Diddy and his head of security, Joseph Sherman, violently R-word her back in 2001. Get away. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ. In her suit, Graves claims she was 25 years old and dating one of Diddy's employees when he lured her into a meeting with him and Sherman alone. Okay, so that's something we're getting from the suit. She claims she was 25 years old and dating one of Diddy's employees when he lured her into meeting with him. This sounds exactly like that other lawsuit we read. Do y'all remember we read that other one about the lady? She was dating a guy. Okay, so y'all might not have been here for this. I'm going to try to remember it from memory, but I do have a video on it. Go check that out. In this lawsuit, this lady, she's dating a guy who they're both models. They're kind of struggling. They're living in New York together and they're young. And he gets a Sean John campaign, a modeling campaign offer or audition. He gets audition. He goes over there. He auditions. His girlfriend comes with him. One thing leads to the next. It's like his job as a model ends up being wrapped up, intertwined with whether or not she will go be a shot girl at a Diddy party. And then she allegedly, according to her lawsuit, she does just that. He had known that she had been a previous adult entertainer, making adult movies, etc. And all of that. I don't want to get too much more into it. I covered it. Y'all can go watch it. But she also said she didn't know that there was these pictures of her circulating. And actually the picture had been used in a 2004 issue of like Vibe magazine. And she was like, I didn't give permission for that. I didn't give my name and likeness consent. And it wasn't until people were making this stuff go back around, go viral again, having to do with all of this stuff, with Diddy and all of that, that she just found out about it. And now I'm getting deja vu with this Gloria Allred lawsuit. Like in her suit, Talia claims she was 25 years old and she was dating one of Diddy's employees. And then he lures her into a meeting with him and the head of security. She says they sequestered her and gave her a drink. And it says, quote, likely laced with a drug that eventually caused her briefly to lose consciousness. So that's probably why Gloria doesn't want to speak on whether or not Talia knew, didn't know about a camera in a room, because she's saying likely laced with a drug, quote, eventually caused her to briefly lose consciousness. Graves claims she woke up to find herself bound, like tied up and restrained, with Diddy and Sherman proceeding to, you can read the rest of the sentence yourself, mercilessly. I will not read the rest of the sentence, but you can do so if you would so please. What in the hell is all of that? This is some of those pictures from those magazine shoots the other lady had sued for. I don't know if it's the same Vibe magazine photo spread, but it looked like that. Diddy's newest accuser claims she's thought about unaliving her own self and has gotten extensive psychological treatment as a result of the alleged R word. She says she never reported the incident out of fear that Diddy and the head of security would use their power to ruin her life. This sounds familiar. It's giving Cassie, it's giving Little Rod, it's giving the rest of them. She says she never reported the incident because she was scared they were going to ruin her life, just as she claims they threatened to do if she ever spoke out. She says she continues to suffer severe depression, anxiety, and panic attacks as a result of the incident and lives in fear of Diddy and Sherman. She lives in fear still to this day, and this happened over 20 years ago, and she just found out that they recorded it, and it's been on tape and been being passed around. She says her wounds were opened in November 2023 when she learned for the first time Diddy and Sherman had video recorded the horrific incidents. Nasty. The woman claims Diddy and Sherman showed the video to multiple men in an effort to publicly degrade and humiliate her and her boyfriend. She says the very thought of the video being out there caused her again to reconsider ending, unaliving her own self. Graves is going after Diddy, Sherman, and Bad Boy for damages. She's being repped by, as we know, Gloria Allred, who is holding a press conference with Graves later today. We reached out to Diddy's camp. So far, no word back. Okay, so TMZ also published another article. So that one was 1 hour ago. It's probably going to say what we already covered, but let's just read it just for make sure we cover all the points. New accuser speaks out after lawsuit. Live stream with Gloria Allred. Diddy is being sued. God, I had all this movement. Okay. Diddy is being sued for R word, and now his latest accuser and her attorney Gloria Allred are speaking out against the mogul. Held a news conference today in LA, hours after she filed a lawsuit alleging he R-word back in 2001 at the Bad Boy Records studio in New York City. And the Bad Boy Records studio is called Daddy's House. So let's call it what it is. TMZ, let's call it what it is. Hours after she filed a lawsuit against Diddy alleging he R-worded her back in 2001 at the Daddy's House recording studio. She almost immediately started sobbing. We saw that as she told the media about the trauma, physical and mental, she says she suffered since the alleged R word. TMZ broke the story. I think Rabbit might have broke the story. I mean, it was early. It was very early. It might have been Inner City Press broke the story, but maybe. Graves claims she was 25 years old and dating one of Diddy's Bad Boy executives in 2001. Okay, so that's some news to me. It was an executive. Bad Boy Records executives in 2001. Roll call in the chat. Somebody real quick. Who could that have been? Just start throwing names out all in one message, preferably so I can put it up on the screen and it can be time immemorial. Who could the Bad Boy executive she was dating? But you know what this reminds me of? It all reminds me of something. It reminds me of two things. One thing reminds me of is Vince McMahon, who's also under federal investigation right now for something. he also is alleged, it's alleged, it's allegations, it's a lawsuit ongoing, but the head leader, main owner, founder of the used to be called the World Wrestling Federation, and now it's called the WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment or whatever. The founder of that got sued for trafficking. And one of the allegations was similar to this, where it was like he kind of buttered her up, got her to do some things on video, and then he was sharing those videos with people, and she did not know that, and she did not consent to that. And he was like passing it around. So it reminds me of that. Another thing it reminds me of is that book called Bling. Remember that book, Erica Kennedy, Bling? And Erica Kennedy ends up being unalived. Or, sorry, excuse me. Her death was ruled a SUI aside. So I requested her autopsy records, and y'all, do you believe it or not? 2 months or 2 weeks or something before I requested Erica Kennedy's autopsy results, they changed the law in Florida. So they will not send you the autopsy results if it is ruled a SUI in Florida. Well, those book rights were purchased, and the movie rights to make it into a movie were also purchased by none other than the Weinstein Company, which will bring us back to Jay-Z and P. Diddy, and we're doing the web again. Yay. Okay. So that's what's going on in my mind all day. Conservatorship or jail imminent. TMZ broke the story. Graves claims she was 25 years old. Okay. It was on a pool table after slipping something in her drink. This also reminds me of the allegations that were made against DJ Academics. Again, allegations that happened in New Jersey. And the lady, same thing. The plaintiff victim said that she lost consciousness after drinking or being given something she doesn't really know. There was a video made that she didn't know about on the security camera. 2 people, same time. It was very brutal. She put pictures of it in a lawsuit, and it was like outside of the pool house or something. It's like kind of like all looking like alike. It's weird. Lured her to the personal lounge and office did that to her on a pool table after slipping something in her drink, altered her consciousness. Yeah, the Erica Kennedy Bling book. She said in the book, it's about a girl who's dating an executive. And a lot of people think that book is based on Diddy and stuff. And the rights to the book are owned by the Weinstein Company, the rights to the movie or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just reading some of y'all's. I'm just reading some of y'all's. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, I'll read the Rolling Stone article. Okay, so SP Squirrel. Oh my, that's cute. Squirrels are acting up. Let's finish this article. But Squirrel said you should read the Rolling Stone article. It gives vibes that this was done to control the boyfriend. Okay, I will. I'll read that next. Thank you. No, I have not read the Rolling Stone article. I'll do that next. Let's finish this one though. She says the abuse was filmed, handheld camera later shown to her then boyfriend and other men. She claims she suffered from suicidal thoughts since the incident happened. And she says her wounds were reopened in November when she learned of the alleged tape's existence in the wake of Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy. Now, TMZ is telling us more than Gloria Allred would at the press conference. This is the latest abuse lawsuit against Diddy, who is currently in custody in New York City after being arrested and indicted on trafficking, kidnapping, and racketeering charges. No, I think the Squirrels are like some other group already. It's like has to do with Scientology defectors, but all are welcome here. You know, everybody's welcome here as long as you're not deranged and you keep it cute. I'm looking up the Rolling Stone Diddy lawsuit. Graves. Oh my God, y'all, this title. Okay, another title. Like okay, let's do reader view. I hate stuff flashing and blinking at me. Okay, so let's go with the Rolling Stone RTP. Amber TSW, shout out for the 5 memberships. Let's do some of these too. Brian, Art Eminison, thinking about Brittany, feeling like the people who would watch her bathe, etc., were getting off on seeing her suffer. I think they paid to be there. I do too. I have always thought this, Art. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I have always thought this. And I'm like, what rich weirdos were paying to stand there? Irving Azoff have something to do with it? It was in his neighborhood. I don't know. I wasn't there. Thank you for the $5. Brian, thank you. Do I think Puffy's lawyers will put his money and assets in a trust and make his family sole beneficiaries in order to not to pay any debts owed? I mean, that would be peak dealer activity. Brian, I wouldn't want to speculate. I don't know. I can't think like these people. Thank you for the $10 super chat again. Russo. Sorry, I said Russo. I'm not exactly sure. This is the Fanatics guy, right? Oh, I have a lot to say about him. It's coming. I've been biding my time for an investigation on him. It's years in the works. Don't worry. 2024 has been a really wild ride, hasn't it? Yes, it sure has. Yes, it sure has. We still have 3 months left, and we can't help but wonder who's next. Cough, Jay-Z, cough. Thank you for the $5 super chat. It's got to be. It's bound to be. Rando from Iowa, just when you think there can't be more, there is more. Member for 11 months. One of the first members on this channel, I definitely recall. My newsfeed is saying SDNY judge prosecuting Diddy. Just wait, hold on. No way. No. Let me look this up. Somebody said my newsfeed. Oh, Shelly, also thank you for the $5 super chat. But Shelly said my newsfeed is saying that the judge prosecuting Diddy just became no longer with us on this world. I doubt that's true. I think we would have heard about that. Let me just double check though. Diddy judge. No. No. Maybe you saw that Diddy was placed on that watch. Okay, so Rolling Stone always is coming in. And if you got a membership from Amber or TSW, shout out to Amber in the chat. Day in the life of Kep. Welcome to members. All right, so let's do this Rolling Stone article. They always have something going on. Look at this title. Sean Combs, an employee bound and bleep woman. Sold assault film as ography, lawsuit says. We need a lot, y'all. Journey check too. Couldn't find nothing. Yeah, oh no. Okay, so a woman has claimed Diddy, why don't I put his right name? Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs and his former bodyguard bound and R-word her. Later learning the alleged R-word was recorded and allegedly sold as ography. He was trying to finance Bad Boy Records somehow. I mean, obviously he wasn't selling albums. He has no talent. So maybe that's what he was doing with that money. I don't know. Talia broke down in tears as she spoke of the internal pain that she has suffered as a result of the alleged attack during a press conference on Tuesday in LA. She is the 11th person to come forward to accuse Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs of assault, claiming the Bad Boy Entertainment founder assaulted her at his infamous Daddy's House recording studio in New York City. Okay, see, Rolling Stone already doing better than TMZ because they called it Daddy's House, and that is the name of the recording studio. Thank you very much. That is accurate. In 2001. Her lawsuit comes a week after the 54-year-old was charged with ficking and racketeering conspiracy. Quote, I am glad that he is locked up, but that's a temporary feeling of relief, she said in her statement. Her attorney, Gloria Allred, declined to comment on if Graves played any part in the grand jury proceedings that led to the SDNY prosecutors arresting Combs. Graves says she became friendly with Combs in late 1999 through her then boyfriend, who was an executive at Bad Boy. Due to the boyfriend's position at the company, Graves says she frequently attended events hosted at Diddy's homes and often visited the boyfriend at the Daddy's House recording studio. Again, this is a Bad Boy record, a Diddy's recording record agency, record company, Bad Boy, an executive at that company. Who were the executives? Did anybody say? Yeah, Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. Yeah, no, I'm with you on this one. Some of them I can't get past it, but yeah, exactly. Okay, so then it goes on. Graves. Okay, it says things took a turn when Graves allegedly received a call from Diddy, who wanted to meet with her to, quote, discuss her boyfriend's supposed performance issues, according to the lawsuit, which was filed this morning. Wanting to help her boyfriend, and this sounds familiar to that other lady. I forget her name right now, but it was the white party. She was hired to be a white party, like shot girl kind of thing. And then, they gave her the white outfit like the 2 times. Then they gave her the black dress. And once you were wearing the black dress, that means that she was expected to like do more and stuff. It was like, because her boyfriend, it was like, if you don't do it, then your ugly ass boyfriend can't be a Sean John model. That's what happened in that other lawsuit. I mean, we covered it. I forget what it's called, but it's in the Diddy playlist. I have a Diddy playlist. I should start putting that in the description boxes. I think I have like 50 Diddy videos. Okay, so it says in this article, things took a turn when Graves allegedly received a call from Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs, who wanted to meet her, or with her, to discuss her boyfriend's supposed performance issues. Wanting to help her boyfriend and already knowing Diddy, Talia says she agreed to the meeting. Quote, it was evidently a sick and twisted way of using his ownership of and title at Bad Boy and its affiliate entities to abuse plaintiff and also show his power and ability to humiliate her boyfriend, his executive, the lawsuit claims. So he hooked up with this music executive at his own label's girlfriend, filmed it, then compromise the boyfriend, his employee, with the footage. This is sick in a lot of ways. A few hours later, Diddy arrived at Talia's residence in an SUV driven by his then bodyguard, Joseph Sherman, aka Big Joe. Graves says she accepted a glass of wine from Combs and quickly became lightheaded, dizzy, and physically weak. By the time they arrived at the recording studio, Graves says she struggled to walk, and when they reached Combs' office, she says she lost consciousness. And this sounds familiar to the Joy Dickerson Neal lawsuit, which we also read, and that goes back to, I think, 1993, 1994. She said she also got in is it hers? I mean, there are 11 of them, but one of them says they got in the car with Diddy, 1993, 1994, the limo, the back of the car, and she didn't really want to be in the car, but she kind of kept saying yes to another date, another thing, another activity. And then they got to the recording studio and she had to be carried in, or she don't even remember going in or something. It was like similar to this. Quote, in retrospect, it is clear that Combs had caused a drug to be put into plaintiff's drink, as a few sips of wine had never impacted her that way. It sounds just like that other one. It's like verbatim. When Graves came to, she claimed she was naked and bound with her hands tied behind her back with what felt like a plastic grocery bag. Y'all, she shouted for help and they slammed her face into the table. Shortly thereafter, oh my God. Shortly thereafter, this is a quote, Combs entered the room naked. Okay. Quote, he then, I'm not going to read. Nope. Graves claims she screamed out in pain, but Diddy ignored her and continued the alleged violent assault, smashing her head into the pool table when she tried to escape. She claims she lost consciousness again, and when she woke up, allegedly, she was slapped in the face by Sherman multiple times and forced to perform another action. And this reminds me of there's another lawsuit where it was like, I don't want to say Andre Harrell's name if it wasn't him, but it was like somebody whose name start with an A in one of these lawsuits. And it was like in his house or something. And they were, taking turns, swapping rooms and stuff. Different lawsuit, another different one, but it's kind of just all blurring together now. Sometime later, she claims she woke up on a couch naked and alone. She alleges she was in intense pain and had a burning sensation in her, and bruising on her face and wrists. Still dizzy and weak, she called a livery driver, delivery driver, her family regularly hired and knew well. She was disheveled, crying uncontrollably, and suffering from agonizing pain. Neither Sherman nor a rep for Combs immediately replied to a request for comment. Quote, the driver drove her to the hospital and tried to convince her to report the incident and get a you-know-what kit, but she was unable to leave the car, shaking and crying hysterically and terrified of what Combs would do to her and her family if she reported him. She informed her then boyfriend, the executive at the Bad Boy recording studio, what happened. According to the lawsuit, he discouraged her from going to the police, allegedly, quote, telling her it could negatively impact even his own career. Whew, that's bad. In the years since, Graves alleges that she's moved multiple times and that Combs and Sherman had threatened her to remain silent about the alleged assault. However, she maintains that she disclosed to close friends what happened, even though they threatened her. In November 2023, a few days after Cassie filed her lawsuit against Diddy, Talia claims that her ex-boyfriend told her that Diddy and Sherman had recorded the alleged incident and shown it to others. Quote, he disclosed that Combs and Sherman had a pattern and practice of non-consensually recording women engaging in this type of acts and making those videos available to the public, including by selling tapes as ography. They were making homemade ography. I think it's like another way to say like homemade. Like it was like before all the fans and the this and the that's and the hubs and the this and the that's, that stuff was like on tapes that people would have to like have in their physical possession. And so it was like a hot black market, I guess, going on, because it wasn't just like, oh, airdrop me the 42 terabytes, like what y'all do now. It was like something else. So it's like, what kind of freaks were ordering these tapes? It's all starting to fall in on itself, though, because what did Cassie say in that lawsuit? That Diddy would often not actually actively participate, but in fact, it would be Cassie wearing masquerade masks. Remember, she said we would be wearing masquerade masks. These FOs would go on for days and days. It would be elaborately staged. Remember what the indictment that had to be approved by a federal grand jury had said, that Diddy was elaborately staging and recording and filming these. So now we're finding out from another different lawsuit, another piece of the puzzle, and this is an allegation, innocent until proven guilty and all of that. I don't know. I wasn't there. That these tapes are being sold to somebody as ography. Okay. So all the pieces, you see how they're kind of starting to fall together. It's like operation. The economy of the operation depends on the forced sexual trafficking and video recordings of these people to sell, to threaten, to humiliate, to compromise, to blackmail, to extort, to anything. That's why when you get invited to a Diddy party, you have to tell him no. Got to tell him no. Because they got all these CC closed circuits. And what about my video I made earlier of the Jet Epstein? They were put in a lifestyles of the rich and famous, big baller billionaires of the 2000s or whatever. They did a whole little video on him, Epstein. And he had bought a school, and listen, this is a quote. Go watch my video from this morning. A quote, it says, he couldn't stay out of the classroom. Jeffrey Epstein. So he bought a whole school, a $20 million school in New York, and made it his house, the biggest house in New York or something. So, I don't know. It's all kind of starting to piece together for me. I'm not saying Epstein is involved in this Diddy stuff. What I am saying is it's just all sort of familiar, and I can definitely see how it's an economy. filed her. Okay. Yeah. The boyfriend, the ex bad boy record label executive. Is it that? Oh my God. Is this that guy? Oh, what was his name? Aaliyah's uncle. What's his name? What is Aaliyah's uncle? He has like little braids and he has a red shirt in The Art of Dialogue. Oh my God. What is that man's name? He was also on Aaliyah's security. He was with her that day before the plane or whatever. Yes. Oh, Barry Hankerson, Barry Hankerson, Barry Hankerson. Is this Barry Hankerson's ex? Was this Barry Hankerson? Because remember the whole fallout with Barry Hankerson and Bad Boy? Oh, Barry spelled like this. Sorry. Yes. Is this Barry Hankerson's ex? Because remember how Barry said in the Art of Dialogue interview that Diddy and the rest of the crew had kind of like shown up with baseball bats and like basically forced him to sign over his stake in Bad Boy, like so they could renegotiate something or something. Diddy wanted more power and he just basically got like pushed out of Bad Boy. Was it this tape? Part of it was because I'm just trying to figure out, right? Like I'm just putting myself in the situation, right? It's 1 year ago. The Cassie lawsuit just drops. Who could possibly be a bad boy? No, because that would be the Barry Hankerson thing happened in the 90s. I don't think this happened. I don't think it's Barry now that I'm thinking about the timeline. I don't think the timeline adds up, but that would be crazy. He was married to Gladys Knight. I did not know that. He said it 3 times. He's going to show up. Oh, shoot. Well, I come in peace. I'm not saying nothing bad about Barry Hankerson over here. Okay, let's finish this article. So the boyfriend, not Barry Hankerson, probably based on timeline, purposes, probably not. He disclosed that Combs and Sherman had a pattern in practice. So Combs and his former head of security, Joseph Sherman, had a pattern a pattern and practice of non-consensually recording women engaging in these acts and making those videos available to the public. Who's the public? I don't know, including by selling tapes as ography. Talia suffers from PTSD, severe depression, quote, suicidal ideation and intrusive thoughts, and has attempted to end her life. Her experience has left her in constant fear. She's suing Diddy, Sherman, and 8 of Diddy's companies under New York City Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act, as well as a state civil rights law for the alleged secret recording and distribution of the tape. This is the latest civil lawsuit against Diddy, who has been sued for allegedly abusing at least 7 others since Cassie filed her graphic trafficking complaint against him in November. He settled with Cassie for an undisclosed sum within 24 hours, but her 35-page complaint became the roadmap for the music mogul's criminal prosecution and inspired others to file claims as well. On Thanksgiving, the day New York's Adult Survivors Act was set to expire, 2 more women sued with similarly disturbing claims against Diddy. Joy Dickerson Neal alleged Combs drugged and sexually assaulted her when she was a Syracuse University student in 1991. In her claim, similar to Graves's, she alleged Combs filmed the incident and showed the video to others. Through a rep, Combs denied the allegation, calling the lawsuit a money grab. Okay. Hours after Dickerson Neal's lawsuit grabbed headlines, Liza Gardner alleged Combs and singers. Oh, yes, Aaron Hall. It wasn't Andre Harrell. I could see the A and the H in my mind, but I was like skeptical to say it was Andre Harrell. Aaron Hall, A-H, Aaron Hall. Liza Gardner alleged Diddy and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall took turns assaulting her following an MCA Records event in 1990. Hold the... Guess who worked? Oh my God. Hold on. The web is webbing. I have to write something down. Oh my God. This is what I do all day. Y'all are just catching it live. 1990. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So in 1990, here's some exclusive tea from, I made these notes yesterday. Okay. It has to do with Lou's Diddy's business manager, Lou Taylor. Okay. So in 1990, MCA was managed by, the CEO of MCA was Irving Azoff. Okay. Irving Azoff, who's very, very good friends with the Jenners. Today, he was the head of MCA. They had signed a joint, I'm doing this off memory. They had signed a joint record contract with Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige had signed a record deal, her first record deal with MCA and Uptown. Okay. It was like a joint. You know, they do that sometimes. Like MCA was the big one, and then Uptown was like the smaller one. Uptown was dealing at the time with representing obviously Mary J. Blige, who's on the list. I have a list. Hold on. Oh my God, I did all this just yesterday. I don't like going live sometimes with this new information because I feel like, okay, 1990. All right, so what are we reading in this? Oh my God, this is crazy. What are we reading right here? Liza Gardner alleged Combs and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall took turns assaulting her following an MCA Records event in 1990. MCA at the time, Irving Azoff, okay, he eventually went on to go to Giant Records and then to found it, Giant Records, and then Giant Records ended up doing one of these big music conservatorships, Brian Wilson, and then Giant ends up in control of the Beach Boys' entire catalog, and Brian Wilson is a Beach Boy. He was in a conservatorship, and he was saying, I don't need one. Very early on, Irving Azoff, okay? All right, keep that in mind. 1990 MCA Irving Azoff, we have Combs and Aaron Hall being accused allegedly of going to an event and then leaving after and assaulting Liza Gardner, okay, with Aaron Hall. Okay, so guess what else is going on in 1990? Lou Taylor just started her career as what would eventually become a business manager and a financial manager with a company called Davamos Investment, Davamos Management. They had a bunch of different names. Lou Taylor started work in 1990. And guess what Davamos did? They handled managed contracts and clients with Uptown Records. And that is how Lou Taylor met Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. She was working at a company called Davamos, and that was her boss's. And she was the only person in the office who could use the computer. So she was, like 25 years old or something, young, and was meeting and working with, who did she say? Andre Harrell, Mary J. Blige, Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. And eventually she broke off into her own management thing, but she was a lot of stuff at first. She was a publicist, she was a manager, and it's just all just a fancy name to put handler, okay? Because she infiltrates and gets her tentacles involved in every single part of people's lives. And to where it's like, you got to ask Daddy Lou Taylor, Mommy Lou Taylor, if you owe money on your house. I mean, like, you have nothing of your own anymore. And that she's completely and entirely suffocating. That is P. Diddy's business manager to this day. That is who had Pete Diddy's house on Star Island appraised for $48 million so that he could even put it up for collateral in this proposition deal. Lou Taylor, that is who I was making videos about, her self-dealing and her conflicts of interest back in 2020. And she tried to, in 2021, same bitch tried to get me fired. She tried to make my law firm that I was working at as a lawyer make me stop talking about her in videos. P. Diddy's business manager to this day, mastermind behind Britney Spears' conservatorship. She met P. Diddy around this exact time that we're looking at in this Rolling Stone article right now. Liza Gardner alleged Combs and singer-songwriter took turns bleep her following MCA Records event in 1990. So this goes all the way back to 1990. Lou Taylor is right there. I'm not saying she had anything to do with this, for the record. I'm truly not. I'm just telling you all the things I learned. Some of the things I learned yesterday. Okay. Now, disturbingly and disgustingly, Gardner says she was 16 years old at the time. And that Diddy turned, quote, irate and began assaulting and choking her until she almost passed out during a confrontation a day later. So the day later, he confronted her and choked her, and I choked her out in the hall, allegedly. She alleges. Combs and his lawyers denied Gardner's allegations as well, calling them fabricated. In early December, a fourth accuser alleged Diddy, former Bad Boy president Harve Pierre, and a third man gang bleeped her at Diddy's New York recording studio, that's Daddy's house, in 2003 when she was 17 years old. In late February, LaRod filed his lawsuit accusing Combs of assault, harassment, and not compensating him for work on the Grammy, on the Love album, Off the Grid. After federal agents raided Diddy's homes in LA and Miami Beach in March, more women stepped forward with lawsuits alleging violent assaults. Model Crystal McKinney filed a lawsuit on May 21st, alleging Diddy drugged and assaulted her after she attended a Sean John fashion show. On the arm of designer Roberto Cavalli in February 2003. So again, all goes back to, there's one in 1990, one in 2001, one in 2003. We have the other lady in 2004, who's going to be probably coming up. April Lampros, maybe, is that her name? No, I don't think that's her name. McKinney claims Combs pressured her to take a hit off a lace joint, led her into a bathroom, and forced her to perform a certain activity. On May 24th, April Lampros filed a lawsuit alleging she was a student and intern at Arista. And that's where we're going to start bringing in Clive Davis, L.A. Reid, Jive. They changed the names. They changed the names of the company, but the people are the same. And they go all the way back to like 1976. Some of these people, that's all the way back the same. David Geffen, yep, your name's on the Post-it note. And no matter how many people you have calling me, it's going to happen. Everybody in the ring, everybody in the web, it's going to happen. Stand in line, wait your turn. She claims Diddy assaulted her on 3 occasions over the course of their 4-year relationship and once more in early 2001. Like Talia and Dickerson Neal, she alleges Diddy recorded a tape of it and showed it to multiple people in 1997. Earlier this month, and this last one I have not still had a chance to read on live with y'all. Earlier this month, former Danity Kane and Diddy Dirty Money member Dawn Richard claimed Combs harassed and assaulted her. And through a pattern of coercive threats and displays of brutal violence, caused her to engage in commercial acts. So there you have that for the Rolling Stone. No, Geffen did not call me. No, don't start rumors. Geffen did not call me. No, Geffen did not call me. No, that ain't what I said. I said, don't matter how many people he has called me. I don't have proof that he had those people call me, but there does seem to be a David Geffen defense league in my DMs, I will say, and in my voicemails. I just feel stronger listening to you. I really love you. Oh, that's sweet. Love you mean it. No, I do not want to investigate the dark web. No, I do not. I want to stay very far away from it. I do not want the demons infesting the crusty corners of the dark web anywhere on my hard drives or my eyes, any of them. Nope. Somebody else needs to do that. Maybe Turkey Tom can take his chance on that. Like, oh my God, I missed this. Dolce, thank you so much for the $99.99 super chat. Y'all, put some heart emojis in the chat. Dolce is always in here being so nice and supporting this channel and just being an angel. Thank you so much for that generosity. Shelly said, okay, so no, we got Shelly. Okay. Thank you, OG DeBoost, for the $29.99 super sticker. Appreciate you. Shout out to you. Diana, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. If you ever watch Make It Make Sense, I love Sean Davy Way. We're called the Street Shooters. He broke this news at 7:45 a.m. Okay. You talking about Sean Davy Way? I was watching Sean Davy Way earlier on his live about Diddy going on a hunger strike. I love him. We are stands over here. This is a Sean Davy Way stand account. Okay, love him. So Diana, I stand corrected. Diana has informed me Sean Davey Wade was talking about this at 7:45 a.m. So thank you very much. Let the record reflect. Street shooters, my apologies. That's what we're called. Street shooters, my apologies. That's what we're called. $4.99. Okay, Diana, thank you for the $4.99 super chat and the $9.99. And yeah, y'all go check out Sean Davey Wade. Let me pull his channel up. I'll show y'all. I love him. I really do. When I watch him, it just feels so comforting and familiar. Like I just know in my heart, like we could be like, sipping tea, sitting on the couch. Like, you just see people that's like my cousin or something. Not really, but you know what I mean? Like, I just feel such a familiar, kindred family vibe, like with like how he talks, how he does his mannerisms. It's just like, I feel like I know him. Why this ain't, y'all, I don't know, something's wrong with my little thing here. It's not letting me, my Lord.
Now, introducing a new way to design.
It's like I'm hacked. All right. Okay, so this is his channel right here. He's not, what is this video? Hold on. Okay, here's his channel. It's normal again. Streamed an hour ago. I don't see anything from 147, but maybe it's this one right here. I don't know. Rabbit did this about 3 hours ago. But yeah, thank you for letting me know, Diana. Okay, so well, let's see. I know he is funny too. Oh, yes, yes. Someone sent me this. You have to see his breakdown of the Justin Bieber yummy video. It gave me chills. How long is it? Let me see. Somebody sent me this just yesterday, Blue Butterfly. Was it you? Somebody said this, commented it, or sent it to me. Yummy. Oh, it's long. Diddy bad boy president sued, same as Diddy. Macy's drop. What? Somebody put the link. Tarianne said that video blew my mind. I used to like, but then he was trashing Jaguar. Oh, I know. Not everybody likes Jaguar. I don't really care. Like, I like as far as that kind of stuff, that's not really important to me whether I like somebody or not. Now, if they start talking about me like that, then probably we're gonna have beef. But like, I don't have to agree with my friends on every. We're not friends. I don't want to say we're not friends, but I don't know him like that. Sent you a 20-minute condensed version. Yeah, Monica might have sent me that too. This is not him. Diana said that's not him. That's not Mims. That's not Make It Make Sense. A different Mims. He has a Make It Make Sense thing too. The Marita Minutes. Thank you very much. I just found you a few days ago. I love your content. Thank you very much. Welcome. Okay, well, I'll go check out that. I'm getting kind of Mims. They said Mims. Mims breakdown. Lost myself at a Diddy party. I'm starting to get tired and all that. So I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna look into some of this stuff and I'll be back maybe later, maybe tomorrow. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation.